collective energy reading. Please only take what resonates. Always leave the rest for the best. Don't stress, because if you're stressing, it's that emotional, mental, physical, spiritual feeling. It's that deep, profound feeling. Emotionals, it's that core spiritual thing that's conditioning your mind, your thoughts, your feelings, even your attitude towards family, relationships. You could be looking back, you could be feeling numb. It's divine masculine. You could be in your masculine energy, feminine energy, the way you're feeling. You could be feeling numb. It's that insanity, those thoughts and feelings. You maybe have to go court. You might have to say about our trip. Somebody could be wanting to take you on a trip. They could be thinking about a trip. Take as far as resonates, tripping with the mind, thoughts, feelings. They could have gone on that trip when you've encompassed emotions. And you see it's that cycle. And you see those secrets. Take it all as it resonates. Look, stress in your mind. The dogs come out. That's when you can see the things that was hidden. Those things that was limiting. Those lies. Take it all as it resonates. That's when you have to identify when you're numb. It's what's feeling that numb. You didn't stop feeling. You built up a dam. And now that resources, while these people are having stress, the dogs come out. It's full of stillness. That's that dark waters. And looking at that pressure, it's cracking the wall. That's why they're stressing. 3, in the mind, in the thoughts, speaking. That feminine could be stressing. That masculine could be stressing in their thoughts, in their mind, because they're identifying about that love, Venus energy. When you're looking at your most inner thoughts, you're looking and acknowledging those feelings. It's deep, it's rooted. You start trusting that gut feeling. You start understanding old age, things from afterlife when you grow in and you've encompassed emotions, and you see now you'll systematically approach who was programming you, communicating, family, friends. You can see these relationships when you're moving towards your hopes and dreams. Somebody may be looking at you and saying, oh my gosh, you're my hopes and dreams. I've seen your divine feminine, high priestess energy. They see that power, you're creative, loyal, caring, nurturing, balanced of one's mind. They're getting an insight because having stress, it's spiritual, emotional, mental. Dogs, because you can see these partners, people, 3, speaking. That's when you get that maturity. They lacked inner peace. They can see how you're speaking this truth. These dogs, family members and friends, they can't take the way how you create and speak, and you're expressing, you're moving and using your intuitions, you're trusting, your gut feeling, you're empowering people to have that understanding. People be listening to you, communicating, understanding and connecting to that 4 of air when you're speaking this truth about these family members and friends and how to be loyal. Don't be a bitter bitch, don't be selfish. You see where things stem from, where it all profound feelings, that's from mother, parent, and we have that unconditional love. Who was enabling you to grow so you was relaxed when you're meditating at 8 and you recuperate, get back, because you got these people out here, dogs, causing stress and conflict. They need to do some shadow work, because you see that shadow book, you can see he's got a show booked. Somebody could have a show booked, a masculine, creative, speaking, taking, social awareness. You can see that business partners have got a show booked. 8, 12. You're identifying now. They 11, mastering your craft. People have got social awareness of you. That's because you're eccentric. You can see you're organized. You're authentic, standing in your truth. This could be this masculine. Could have a show booked, a trip booked. Wanted to take you on a trip. Take this all as it resonates, because you're seeing those records. Even when you're recording, moves and creating, that could be a music artist. Those dogs are getting on my nerves because people be speaking and they're seeing, because they was not listening to that light, that spirit within inside. They didn't unlock the key, because they're seeing that shadow and their failures, what they had, who was lying, who was real. Take this all as it resonates, and who rules that spirit within, that divine spirit. You can see even when Michael Jackson, who's bad. You knew Michael Jackson, he was bad. He had these shows books, these governmental structures, should I say, these companies, record companies, or these corporations that was involved within blocking people, transforming, because they had that death, 8. And you see how these hide these things, and these people in the higher places, you could be finding that information. Decisions needs to get made, legal procedures, legal matters may be taking place at this moment in regards to this property, these assets. 3, and you can see people in their mind, these family members and friends be arguing because you're getting more information, stress. Look, the dogs. So I just told the dogs to shut up, and they shut up, because they have to look now, because that's that hard-won lessons when you have to start listening. And you see that invisible ink. Do I need to tell them to shut up again? Because when you have to write down, they are the other half of your grimoire. So now they're looking back the other half of your grimoire, the other half, that balance, that yin, that yang. They can see that true divine feminine 11, those structures. They can see now they may be wanting to be able to come and give you justice, because they can see they've got a social awareness of you. Aquarius energy, Cancer, they can see you real, true, authentic, divine, pure. You can see, even when you're looking about your ethnicity and your structures, and you got authentic, and your people see you got that authority in the world. Let's clear this energy. 1, 2, 3. Let's open this shit up. You don't have to pause and say shut up again. 5, 4, because it's stressing, because you're getting eye awareness. The truth's coming out about these people. Look, there's so much the truth's coming out, guys. These people don't want you to know, but what's in that dark comes to the light. Because now these people wanting your grace and mercy to see them through. Because now they're listening to that spiritual guide. They're having a spiritual awakening, all because of you. It's that shadow book that they was not listening to. Now what you got to do is get back to reality, boo. Because you can see that love, and it's genuine. Oh, genuine. Genuine, because you see those shackles, what was holding them down. And they need cleansing of that heart and their emotions, because they were spiritually, mentally, and emotionally blocked. It's that reclaimed guardian where you have to go back and you have to see that bone line, the blood line, where it stemmed from, the emotional factors, heartache and pain, who was blocking. You see these illusions, and you can have to sweep these illusions away, because when they have that mental capacity of their mind, where they thought, acted, reacted, you thought, acted and reacted, you can see you have to start reclaiming. Balancing those emotions, those thoughts and those feelings. You have to look back to that seeds that you planted. You can see it was planted with love, joy, clarity, peace. They need to be able to cleanse those emotions, because you see in that harvest, it's that season. Know, when, and end over a relationship or even a phase of life as even repent. You can see it's gathering that wisdom with that gratitude. You can see you have to release those emotions, those thoughts and those feelings when you have to look back. Because sick, and they could be sick now, that masculine, they could be feeling emotionally, mentally sick. That's when you see in your heart, they could look in, it's like even the organs, the body, digestion, they could be feeling not well. 8, take this all as it resonates, because you can identify it's that harvest, what they invested in. They might see it as a test in that season. They can see that they need to release those emotions, feelings now. They could be ending a relationship. They can see that phase he has ended. It's ended, right. They could have ripped a ligament, tore their emotions, tore their heart. You can take this all as it resonates. Now they're gathering, it's wisdom, gathering that gratitude. Why are these dogs coming up? Because people are releasing, cleansing. They could be having stress and arguments where they're at. 2 different dogs, 2 different backgrounds. We've got 2 little shih tzus at the back of me and a flipping house station. So one of them's getting with it. Let your prayers rise. Now they're manifesting, meditating, praying to the divine. That's when you're connecting to your ancestors, your spiritual guides, asking them for that wisdom, that deep, profound emotions, cooking up that pot, that strength to keep on moving forward. That's when you can see it's passion to be creative, to keep on moving. That's when you have to look at that fragment. You see what was granted by the divine. Even when you're looking at that smoke, oak, that old tree, those seeds, you're carrying it, that wisdom. They may be seeing that ring. They may want to carry and come with a ring. See you, that intention, that marriage, that thought, they're cleansing. You could be sensing. Ren. Take this all as it resonates. Even that CERN, when you emotions bringing up CERN, the machine, it's flowing. You can see in the atmosphere. Take this all as it resonates. Even that smoke and those fragments of dust, what coming out of the air. Take this all as it resonates, what's carrying. Our intentions, what was intended to be, the sensations, the situations, and that's looking at those heavens, and you're identifying even 7, clarity, higher awareness, connecting to that divine. When you're unbalanced and you can see when you're needing that inner peace, you're cleansing to be able to get that truth. You're meditating, getting that wisdom. You're seeing those intentions, putting out positive intentions so you get good back. It's like a yin yang mirror reflection, that rhythmic feeling. It's purifying your space, and that's when you're looking between the worlds. What was old, what was real, what was sold, what you was betting on, what you seen. Take this all as it resonates. That's when you're seeing that space, and it's that ace, it's that true divineness. You're cleansing to be able to reclaim. It's that guardian, family, friends there looking back, this masculine. They can see that bone line. He lied. Loan. They could have took a loan for a property, for that home. And that's that key. Oh, now they're unlocking that key to the emotions. That's when you reclaim back yourself, reclaim back your strength, that ability, that creative skill. That's when you know what you're possessing, what was rooted within inside that deep, most profound part within your heart, those emotions. That's when you're stuck, or what was stuck from childhood, heartache, hurt and pain, discovering that truth. That's when you have to go through that heartache, hurt and pain, depression, transform. That's when you can see who was dominating. They could have had somebody dominating over their mind, because they're looking at that sickle, cleansing, to be able to reclaim that guardian. It's that bloodline within. You go deep to your ancestors. This could be this masculine, looking at the structures. You can see people have a social awareness of them. They're having stress and conflict, because they could be at a distance, wanting to be able to travel. They're getting in that higher mind now. CM could be significant. That clarity, that's that ego, that life purpose. They could be grounding, connecting, seeing now their stability. They could be maturing. Take this all as it resonates. That's when you can see when you gambled or you took risks. They're now listening, speaking that truth to be told. Leo energy, they could have been controlling and stubborn. Now they're trying to balance themselves. 1-8, because you're getting that wisdom, listening, seeking that truth, transforming. They could be having stress and conflict. Somebody could be seeking the truth about that child, about secrets that was hidden when they was traveling, even about some assets and loans. Now they're getting that higher wisdom. Divorce, they could be having a divorce. They could be experiencing like aligning with that higher source. And nose starts itching because they're having that breakdown now of thoughts, breakdown of thinking about this feminine, this mature woman. 11, that could be a divine feminine, divine masculine, your twin flame. They could be looking back towards you, this main male. Take this all as it resonates. They're looking at their attitude and their approach now. They was all in their ego. They may be feeling unstable, wanting this new start, because they can see you're part of that bloodline. It's deep. Ooh. It's deep. It's so deep, because they can see those expectations. They could have been gambling, taking risks. With this female, they may see you as that main female, mature woman who's got provides a service, caring, who's got that inner standing, part of their inner peace. They may see you as that stability. They're looking back towards you as that harmony one, that harmonious one, high clarity, in tuned, who's connected. Human beings understanding about this feminine Virgo energy. There was like a succubus in that subconscious mind, not looking at positive introspection. They was in that low dense energy, idolizing, dominating over that masculine. Take this all as it resonates. You was grounded, nurturing, you was practical, you seen, you had those psychic connections, abilities. You had to identify that left to the right side. You looked at it from a different perspective. You got that inner standing, because you could see you had that luxury and you're mysterious. People may see you as mysterious. You'll be seeing this feminine, this expectations. That feminine could be having expectations, some money. They could have been having extra energies with that masculine, holding on for some assets. They thought they was going to be able to get that 10, because you can see the way how they have that long-term structures. They may see you as that long-term structures. 3-9. They may want to travel towards you. They may see you. You may be in that community. That feminine may be in that community. They may be having just to deal with certain karmic cycles with that feminine that was having these expectations. Their lover. They may see you as that lover. 5, they was fearing and have that lack mindset, devil energy, because they had addictions. Running, thinking that you're going to grow for that wisdom and that growth, and now they're gaining that understanding that was on a karmic cycle. That's when you see the systematic approach of their mindset. Who was clinging on, wise, restless, that they may see you as a high priestess, speaking, communicating that truth. They may want to come and speak the truth towards you, because you're enabling the collective, having that understanding to be able to grow that left and that right side of the brain, connecting from the ancestors. You're getting that guidance. You can see our ancestors guiding you, protecting you. You could be finding out about this child, and they've gone on certain cycles. They was trying to hold that masculine down. They was not holding themselves. Now you see, you have to have that rod, the staff to comfort you. They may see you as a part of that truth, that divine. You can see they're looking back, because it's that spiritual. You see, when you look back, you can see the limiting belies that was told. That's because they didn't want to grow, because of their mindset towards money. And who was programming them and not speaking that truth. Yeah, you can see when they thought they was working with other people to be able to go towards that achievements, they may be looking back towards you now. Maybe wanting to be able to come and see that total opposite. You're reflecting back. You wasn't able to see, look back to the actions, the attitude, the approaches. They may be having these losses now and all the things that are unfolding, the stress, worrying. Because you can see things that was rooted with inside of them. Properties, homes. When your family, friends who was caring, who was nurturing, who programmed that masculine, that feminine, take this all as it resonates. To be able to block you, stop you because of that mindset. Because of fear and anxiety. Take this all as it resonates. See what we've got here. They vex, they got to fix up if they come back. So that divine feminine, masculine, they're vexed, they got to fix up if they come back. They can't come back to you on that same egotistical level, controlling, narcissistic energy, unbalanced of thoughts and feelings, not grounded, no structured, that lack mindset. All because of their anxiety, confusion, illusions, all because of how those programming try to dominate over people. They see that truth. They got to come and speak that truth because they can see you're steadfast, you're organized. You got your own leadership skills. They can't dominate over you because of their insecurities. They need to be able to nurture their ego. They need to be able to gain that strength because that vindictiveness clinging on, that feminine was clinging on to that masculine for money, lust and greed. They needed cleansing. They lost in that purity. You can see you was innocent, pure, fruitful and divine. Moving steadfast with the divine. You're taking this action now. They could be able to take action towards you to be able to come and give you balance. They see you as a part of that fulfillment. Choosing yourself. Piss them off. They can't even speak how many tests you pass now. So it pissed them off. You pass how many tests? 12. You've encompassed those systematic approaches when those family members and friends, your divine feminine, masculine, even tried to power over you. Be creative, fit, smart. Told you, I smile in your face, chat behind your back. There's family members and friends in that community. They thought that they was not going to make you be able to grow. They thought they wasn't able to control you. They was in that lower aspect of their mind. They didn't have that inner standing because their mindset was towards money, lust and greed, material aspects, materialistic bitches. We all do make mistakes. So yes, we all do make mistakes, but then you have to analyze, you have to recognize. That's when you have to identify. That's when you have to go back to refine, to restore. 17, get the eye power to look at the illusions. 18. Who checks on strong ones? Who be falling apart? So who checks on you? Because you were strong. When you was falling apart, you had to be that professional. You had to be caring. You have that discernment. 6. You had to listen to that spirit, get that great inspiration, start speaking the truth, serving yourself. You had to have that compassion, even the way I was thinking. You had to analyze. You had to recognize. You had to identify who was trying to block you, stop you in these relationships. You have to make sure you made positive choices. You balance your emotions. You use your intuitions like a high priestess, connected to your needs, what I like. You have to nurture oneself, gain that wisdom, grow, because you have to move that splendor. 10, Malakoff, when you had that kingdom, that high awareness, clear your heart. There's emotions about actions that people took. Take this all as it resonates. You have to be creative and speak the truth. The way I want to just get a stone and dash it at the dog. If you was to ever know, if I was so wicked, I would have flipping dashed the stone up to the dog to rot it. Right, these dogs in the background are really actually getting on my nerves because they're walking, talking. They know, they talked it. Look, you see the dogs? See, I could just stash a brick. Brick on brick, don't need no man, woman. So you knew you had that brick on brick, you didn't need no man, no woman. You listened to that divine spirit within. You got connected. Yin, yang, balance those emotions. Use your intuitions. Connected, start acknowledging oneself, one thoughts, one feelings. That was spiritual emotions. Highly sensitive, nose itching. When you're getting these downloads, you can see you was too powerful for those divine feminines and masculines that couldn't dominate over you. Mindset was about money, lust and greed. Things that they can say, showing off. To blow off that man. You're like beauty, they the beast. So you was like beauty, they was the beast. They had aggressive, controlling energy. They wasn't creative the way how you were, communicated, chat shit. Now they're getting banged, spiritually banged, mentally banged, emotional banged. All because they wasn't listening to that spirit. Pisces energy, that's where you have to identify why, where, what, when. Gemini energy, that's because it was in the ego. And you have to discover yourself when you're looking about different things, what you cultivated. Even when you're traveling, you're moving. New lands, new minds, new thoughts. You're looking and communicating, networking with other people. You can see you got that Wi-Fi. You're interconnected with the divine. You're like Royal Mail. They just deliver those messages to you. DP, you just drop it off at each person's doorstep. When they need it, you're learning and teaching and enabling people to grow. They was blocked. Always feel like someone's watching me. So they're watching you free, analysing you, watching you, you're growing, achieving. Now they're getting vexed, 12, because in that hangman position, they sacrifice their self. All of a sudden, they get a new perspective. Yes, she was a bitter bitch. Yes, she was jealous. Yes, she was vindictive. Yes, she lied. Yes, she didn't tell the truth. Yes, why? Because you knew when you was moving to the hopes and wishes of those family members and friends, chat shit, now they're getting banged, all because they was in their own insecurities, or because they wasn't creative, or because you was growing, or because they didn't have the skills of how you had these skills, or because your confidence and you had this self-worth, and then you had to accept the shit you couldn't change. They couldn't accept that they was full of shit, and they didn't trust that divine. They didn't trust their self because they aren't divine. You had to see, you had to get connected, you had to identify, because these people did lack self-esteem, self-confidence. Always feel like someone's watching me, so they're always watching you, analysing you. Now they're numb. They feel dumb because they feel numb. They feel like a bum. You didn't stop feeling. You just built a dam. And now they're looking because it's that reservist. They see you as that survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm not going to make it. I'm going to work harder. You could even see with Beyonce and Jay-Z as well. 5, actors, singers. She's a fucking Virgo, isn't she? 2, you can see they unalive my woman for that picnic. 2, 8, those illusions. 3, about that child. 9, ooh, they got a good cook. That spirit, that cafe, she be talking. Oh, the car. You could be hearing about this car. They could have signed some money for a car, a lease, in a standing. Take this all as it resonates. It will not disappear. It will become a map, a reminder of what split you open and what you are closed. So they was blocked spiritually, mentally, because the ego. That's the mindset. You know, 5, that's when, you know, in your church, you're cultist and you act like you're wise and you wasn't true. That's when you got that Balaam, Jezebel spirit. And you can see Gibbeth, they was taking the piss, not speaking that truth. 5, that throat chakra. You can see when you start setting boundaries, and they had to have clear boundaries. They didn't know how to set boundaries. They could be ill. They could be appearing. They could disappear. Oh, somebody could have disappeared. 5, that artist, masculine. They could have disappeared. Become a map. They disappeared. Come Pam. Come a Pam. Map. Amp. The music. Amping up. You're getting that reminder. Mine. Dream. Day. Dinner. They could have gone a dinner. That food of wisdom, that knowledge. That wisdom. 9, divided, split, lit. That's getting that higher clarity. Like a splitting open. They could have split their mind, splitting open those thoughts. That's because that aggressive, controlling energy, ego. All because they're stubborn, they're releasing that. And that you closed. Sold. They could have sold. Creative skills. They could sold a business. Take this all as it resonates. Even a child. Oh, shit. Rust. Oh. Could have sold a child. They could not having no joy now. Releasing all that drama. Because that's when you have to let go. When you see those people who didn't check on you, you was that strong one, you let go, you got ungrounded, you balance those thoughts and emotions, those feelings. They may be letting go of that feminine. You don't drop it because it's worthless. You drop it because it's heavy. You knew that burden was too heavy to bear. They see they was stressing that higher mind, causing stress and conflict. 11, they was unstable. They was rebelling against you. You says, you be rebelling, you be spelling. You had that sudden change, you had to let go. You had to know your worth. They tried to make you feel less than. You've seen the cause, their mindset towards money and their ego and that dominant mindset. Look, 5, stress. That's because they was aggressive, controlling. They seen that you had that confidence, you was outgoing. They was too self-assured. You dropped it, that rope. Because that cause, it's heavy. They could have envied you, the way how you was balanced, you was connected, you had that inner standing connected to the divine. You listen to the spiritual guys, you got the downloads. You can see those family members and friends who you was associated around. They had a social awareness of you. They was bad mind, jealous, or because you wasn't able to move. Your partner was watching you because you was creative, and you was divine. You had those ants to be able to climb because they seen those expectations. Now they're at that deep, that bottom, that bottomless pit when you have to start identifying and recognizing, because this is feared. Those places when you can see those insecurities and you're connecting when certain people was wanting that whole 10, you know, you get that 10 and they're like, seeing come again. And they have that 10 of stress. They didn't connect to that deep part. They didn't have that wisdom the way you did, because their mindset was towards mourning, lust, greed. They was like the 8th deadly sin. Garbage. You can see those family friends, they was garbage, they chatted shit. And what you valued as a gift was always someone else's. Discords, empty. They was always wanting somebody else's money, lust and greed. They didn't know how to dominate over somebody else's partner. Now you can see those filters, they're getting that crap, those emotions, split screen. You can see the identifying, the illusions, confusions, people's mindset, the way they acted, you acted. They was spiritually blocked because they can see those scars. You release those scars. You had to let go and heal yourself. They can see you was creative. This king of fire, fire sign. They can see you getting that inspiration. Now they're getting that high clarity, gaining that strength, inspiration. Well, I tell you, for something for fucking dust, this divine feminine masculine is proper getting stressed. These dogs are freaking getting on my nerves. Look, bear chatting. Bear wapalapa chatting. 10, because then you see he was on that karmic cycle. Yeah? 10, you see what was rooted within inside of you. Stress and anxiety, spiritually blocked, no, lacked compassion, lacked understanding. Shut up. 6 of earth. Look, coming out in the aim route, you was educated. They wasn't educated the way you was. They didn't listen to that spirit within inside of them. You can see you had these skills. It was stem within inside of you. You had that understanding to be creative, to enable people to speak that truth about these fake family members and friends who were spiritual. You ended these cycles. You went towards that rebirth. You seen there was that karma. Now they're looking at you as that final manifestation. Like, you want to come back because they can see you're mastering. You're achieving. They're honouring you. Take this all as it resonates. My nose is itching because you've got that wisdom. You've got firm structures and foundations. Enabling people. Passion. Inspiring others. 4. Oh gosh. Oh, it's 8. I thought it was 6. Oh, so you're balanced, nurturing, grounded, steadfast, organizing, securing. You can see I'm possessing. So they were securing a property. Now they're creating stress. All because of that feminine was holding on. They have these illusions. And now you can see that gaining understanding to all those on that karmic cycle. Now they can coming back. Now they can be coming back. Now they can see it was about money and a property and assets. And you could have inherited skills, property, assets. Take this all as it resonates. 8 of Waters, to release these emotions. They can release in these family members and friends, because that searching, empowerment, fulfillment, that you could see you enabling people to, this collective, to release these emotions, to speak the truth, standing in truth, analyze, recognize about these systematic approaches. Who's blocking you? The educational systems. Gain knowledge, get that higher education, because you see these dogs. This dog's absolutely getting on my nerves. 3, because people are out here chatting. Big chatting about this child. People are big chatting about this child because in that young mindset, chatting where you're creative and you're moving and you're connected about this masculine, about you as this divine feminine. This feminine was doing spell work on that masculine to block their mind, or being a childlike spirit, thought they was trying to hold down to be able to secure a property. They thought they was going to be able to gain stuff. Now they've got to go to court because you're gaining this understanding. They was blocking 21. That's that word when you can see that wholeness. You can start connecting back, get that higher clarity, you get that introspection, you get a new perspective on life. You have to let go because you see the things that you were sacrificing. Partners' choices, now they're having stress and instability because they didn't have no balance in that community. You can see, they can see you playful. They can see they maybe want to come back towards you because they're beginner in that love, that fish. You can see that business. 13, they was working with that feminine and trying to be able to create a business. Now they can maybe want to come towards you because they can see you, your business, you're creating. You've got that high insight connected to that divine. You're gaining. You've got that skill. You're moving with that wealth. They can see these finances. They sensing you. It's that commencing high clarity. King, queen, there was like a joker, a jack. Moving like a kid. 8, they was spiritually, mentally blocked because of illusions. You can see it's that praising. They're transforming, connecting to the heart. So want to be able to come speak this truth about these mountains, the blocks, the blocked emotions, blocked thoughts, blocked feelings, all because of their energy. When they was having this extra energy, who they was having that extra energy with. Now they're listening back to that spirit, connecting. They may want to express towards you. Every little step I take, you will be there. Check the kids' phones. So you need to check the kids' phones because the moon controls those emotions, its thoughts and those cycles that influence that mental state, just as a dis-ease. No, I have to keep pausing this and cussing because obviously something's wrong. If your dog's going to be barking, something's wrong, right? So then you need to identify what go on. What is wrong with these people? Then I'm going to start cussing the neighbours because you're not telling your dog and identifying what's going on. Take it for a walk because it's that mental state, just as it does. Those triads of earth, moon, lunar, mind, crazy, person, lunatic, like what the dog's going to make me want to switch because it's that mood. It's shifting like the moon. It's a phase of the mind. It's German, it's moon. It's French and it's moon, mind. It's connected to the moon. Illusions, confusions. Meditate, don't hate. Only spend what is coming back. So they were spending money, losing money, gambling, taking risks. You can see they won't listen to that spirit, who they were serving. 7 of Pentacles. Stop checking what I got, what I need. Didn't happen to you, happened for you. What did you learn? Because now you have to see what did you learn. Well, I learned that certain people are selfish and they have these insecurities in their mindset. They were spiritually blocked, institutionalized, act like the church people, but they're not caring, they're not providing, not supporting. All they do is cause people stress. You can see when these top corporations, they filter out, they've got these smoke screens. So you can see one thing, you need to see that black, the white look through these corners. Because of what you're valuing, they could be having these losses when they're programming, you communicate, are they communicating effectively when you're signing contracts? You can see it's bringing these obstacles and delays because that's looking, losing a car, a house, need finances. All of a sudden they're losing. Let's get some first names, last name, middle name. As you can see, people could have been signing things and we were signing what? Take this all as it resonates. Because they were getting that knowledge backwards. Oh, they was rewinding. They need to come rewind, come back again. They could be getting vexed. Because they ain't getting nothing. Oh, tax. There's taxes. Vax. Van. VAT. Oh. Tonk. Tank. Bank. Losing money. Can. Wank. Tank. Vote. Coat. Can. To. Ban. They might have a ban. Take this all as it resonates. We had a U on the bottom. BWCXVBXTANKO. Let them tan there, them I get KO.